Come Jimmy at Woodstock. Drive me around in your red Ford. Shivers down my spinal cord. Oh, 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 oh. 'Cause you got me holding, holding. Even if I lost all my money, the zero runs deep on it. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding. Even if my jokes sound funny, my tongue tied up on it. And I don't need to speak a single word, 'cause you got me holding, holding.
I'm alone, I'm a broken home. I gave you all the bricks that I own and know. I'm letting go, I'm breaking these walls down, breaking these walls down. If you want adventure, then fly to home. But if you wanna travel, then go alone. Yeah, what's the point in us if I never know? Yeah, if you're gonna leave, I'ma let you go. I'm tired of the pain. Go away. I'm tired of yesterday. Harder, harder. I fell where my demons dwell. My own little nightmare, I call it hell. Oh well, it's time to get back up. Climbing and climbing, I'm done with this ride, is what I tell myself, so I could feel something else. Yeah, I guess I had my bad days, but it doesn't mean I lost my style. Darling, where were you when my heart was on the ground? I thought time would prove that you would stick around. I guess time stood still, a king without his crown. Now I'm breaking and you're faking, girl. You never made a sound. I'm tired of the pain. Go away. I'm tired of yesterday. Harder, harder.
There's not a single day that passes without you on my mind. Not even 1 minute can end up before you come around. I yearn for the days when I see your face here before me. I long for the times you held me in your arms. Whoa. I wish that you were here to give me everything I want, but I know that life's unfair and we can't always have it all. Oh, oh, I wish that you were here. Oh, oh, I wish that you were here.
I wish that you were here. I wish that you were here. I wish that you were here. I wish that you were here. I wish that you were here. I wish that you were here. I wish that you were here. I wish that you were here.
There's not a single day that passes, not even 1 minute can end up. I yearn for the days when I see your face here before me. I long for the times you held me in your arms. Oh, I wish that you were here to give me everything I want, but I know that life's unfair and we can't always have it all. Oh, oh, I wish that you were here. Oh, oh, I wish that you were here.
I wish that you were here. I wish that you were here. I wish that you were here. I wish that you were here. I wish that you were here. I wish that you were here. I wish that you were here. I wish that you were here. I wish that you were here. I wish that you were here. I wish that you were here. I wish that you were here. I wish that you were here. I wish that you were here. I wish that you were here. I wish that you were here. I wish that you were here. I wish that you were here. I wish that you were here. I wish that you were here. I wish that you were here. I wish that you were here. I wish that you were here. I wish that you were here. I wish that you were here. I wish that you were here. I wish that you were here. I wish that you were here. I wish that you were here. I wish that you were here. I wish that you were here. I wish that you were here. I wish that you were here. I wish that you were here. I wish that you were here. I wish that you were here. I wish that you were here. I wish that you were here. I wish that you were here. I wish that you were here. I wish that you were here. I wish that you were here. I wish that you were here. I wish that you were here. I wish that you were here. I wish that you were here. I wish that you were here. I wish that you were here. I
In my head there's a hole I can't control. That's where my demons get in. And it's taken me years, now it is clear my shadow is my only twin. And the ones that love me the most are the ones that up and ghost. And I got a feeling I'm the reason that they go. In my stomach I feel that pit, toughen up but I scared of shit. And when I lay my head it shows. Yeah, I got demons on the side of my bed. I close my eyes and they get in my head. So stay with me, my remedy. I never sleep, but with you I can get some rest. Yeah, I got demons on the side of my bed. I close my eyes and they get in my head. So stay with me, my remedy. I never sleep, but with you I can get some rest. Away, away, I waste away the rest of me, the best of me. So patiently you came to see the side of me. It only bleed. Yeah, they wanna come and play. They could always get the way. You can be my hideaway. You can take the knife away. I know they my inner self. Grab my head and hold my breath. Tear me down, ain't nothing left. Shadows on the other. And the ones that love me the most are the ones that up and ghost. And I got a feeling I'm the reason that they go. In my stomach I feel that pit, toughen up but I scared of shit. And when I lay my head it shows. Yeah, I got demons on the side of my bed. I close my eyes and they get in my head. So stay with me, my remedy. I never sleep, but with you I can get some rest. control. That's where my demons get in. And it's taken me years, now it is clear. My shadow is my only twin. Every time you cry, feelings that I hide, further than a hole, glitter is so gold. Why do we deny what we feel inside? It's freezing my soul, so hot and so cold. Yes, so yeah, cry, 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 run away from me and find a different guy. Can't make you wait, but then we get so dry. Don't think where we're keeping, drowning in a deep end. We should have just stayed friends. Why? Addicted to the drama and I can't lie. Drinking every night to keep the vibe alive. I can tell the feeling flow from the ceiling. Forever repeating. Fight for a little, fight for a little, yeah. Fuck for a little, fuck for a little. Stuck in the middle, stuck in the middle, yeah. Knew that it's so, yeah. Hot that it's cold, yeah. Fight for a little, fight for a little, yeah. Fuck for a little, fuck for a little. Stuck in the middle, stuck in the middle, yeah. Knew that it's so, yeah. Hot that it's cold, yeah. It's a roses, what is the motive? You cut me open, bleed like an ocean. Consider classics, skeletons roam. We let 'em out when we're in the bedroom. Yes, so yeah, cry, 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 run away from me and find a different guy. Can't make you wait, but then we get so dry. Don't think where we're keeping, drowning in a deep end. We should have just stayed friends. Why? Addicted to the drama and I can't lie. Drinking every night to keep the vibe alive. I can tell the feeling flow from the ceiling. Forever repeating. Fight for a little, fight for a little, yeah. Fuck for a little, fuck for a little. Stuck in the middle, stuck in the middle, yeah. Knew that it's so, yeah. Hot that it's cold, yeah. Fight for a little, fight for a little, yeah. Fuck for a little, fuck for a little. Stuck in the middle, stuck in the middle, yeah. Knew that it's so, yeah. Hot that it's cold, yeah.
I like you, but it's not okay. Whatever, can I walk away? Oh yeah. Can still see your face, so tell me what to do, 'cause I can't find a way. Baby, please just tell me if I'm fine. Tell me if I'm baby, please just tell me if I'm fine.
Just tell me if I'm fine.
I like you, but it's not okay. Whatever, can I walk away? Oh yeah. I love you too, don't love me back. I can't stand this feeling inside my mind. Baby, please just tell me if I'm fine. Please just tell me if I'm fine. 'Cause I don't know why it's stuck in my heart, baby. Please just tell me if I'm fine.
Just tell me if I'm fine.
that you could save me from my isolation. It's way too complicated. Let's stop this conversation. Let's stop this conversation. We got no relation. Darkness fill my soul. I wish that you could save me from my isolation. It's way too complicated. Let's stop this conversation. Let's stop this conversation. We got no relation. around your soul with no control. You can't breathe when you're drowning underwater.
Well, good morning. I guess we're finally opened after a half hour, just checking everything. What do we got going? Let's go over to the mosaic. We'll turn that music down a little bit so I can concentrate. I don't want blowing you guys out on the other end. Where are we at? It's always nice and slow. You know, what's nice about this is you don't have to sit there and be all stressed out, right? What am I going to trade? What am I going to trade? You already know ahead of time. Why? Because you've decided to, manage money instead of watching charts and watching screens and listen to people's opinions on things. You have a strategy in place. You say, hey, I want to make some money off the money that I already have. Oh, this is an interesting one here. Say, was this a fake ad or what? See, well, it wasn't a fake ad. It was real. Now, you saw that live. Okay, I had posted this earlier, but this is what happens. Some mornings you don't know if this is real or not, but I always take profit. Let me go back over here to the classic so I can adjust this. And what the heck was that? That was RHI. So if you don't have skin in the game, you can't benefit from these kind of weird moves that happen every once in a while. These don't happen every day, but when they do happen, you want to take advantage of them. I think we bought this week. Let's take a look, see where pretty sure there's the sell right there for 644. Where the heck? There it is right there. So it was bought 2 days ago, right? And what was the percentage gain on it? It was 1.7. It's about twice as much as you get at the bank, but we did that in 2 days instead of a year. But think about that. They're going to give you 0.0 or 0.5 on your money over the year. We just got it 1.7 in 2 days. I mean, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out what's actually going on here. You got your money in the bank, they're making money off of you. They're taking advantage of you. So let's clean that chart up. I got to post this over onto Twitter. I'll just leave that up there if people don't understand what I'm doing. Chart image. RHI. We already have a file, so yeah, copy it. Go over here to Twitter. Get out of this. Now, it's a pretty flat morning. You can tell there's not a lot of activity going on, but it gives us an opportunity to look through the portfolio. Everybody's is probably going to look a little bit different depending on the types of dividend-paying stocks that you buy. But you gotta, you have to think about it long and hard. I mean, if you're new to this, I would stick with CEFs to get going, get your, that cash flow coming into your account. Alright, so let's get rid of these because we clean up our chart. Move all the Fibonacci lines. We don't need this anymore because it starts the cycle all over again. So we're going to go and put in an alert based on our scan because we know that was on the scan for this week. So we're going to put it in around 81.78. Pretty close to where we had it before. No rocket science here. This doesn't guarantee me. I don't know anything that anybody else doesn't, right? Not using any indicators. I'm just managing money. All right, that's kind of an outlier, right? Up $4. Do I care why that's up? Do I care what its earnings were? I don't care about any of that. None whatsoever. I'm taking risk just being in the market, period, right? But all those people that are trying to buy risky products that don't pay dividends when the market does come down, they're not going to get paid anything. Market doesn't go up forever. It's been going up for a long time. Here's another one that's real close, right? Now we don't know if it'll hit it. Chances are a lot better of it hitting it than coming back down to this line, right? Well, I should say that probabilities are exactly the same. It's a 50-50 if it goes up and down. But my point being is it's closer to that 114.10 than it is to that original price that we paid for it. That's just a moment in time. That piece of time is gone. So you have to compartmentalize this stuff into smaller chunks, and you'll start to understand what you're seeing. Instead of like, oh, I think this is going to go to $200. You get in trouble thinking like that. All right, write that down. That's an alert. ARR. Find it in one of the accounts. I think it's in both of these accounts, but we'll see why it went off first off. I think that might have been on the scan. Let me check. If it's on the scan. Yep, sure is. And see, 146. Well, see, we're at max shares, so we can't do anything at this, right? 146, 143, or 3. We could buy 3 shares, but what's the point? You know, let's let it come down. It's got to come back up on the scan. Let's go look at another one, see if we have max shares in this one. This one's got 154, so yeah, it should be way up. Yeah, see, we're way over. It's actually 144, so yeah, you just leave it alone. It's on the scan, right? Had it jumped up, you know, paid, came back down, yeah, we get back in, but we already have max shares, so we're not willing to risk any more money on one. So we're just happy collecting that $1.20 a year. That's our lower end on the dividend scale. That's the least that we'll accept. Let's see what our chart's looking like. Trading versus dividends. Okay, trading profit versus the dividends. This is just, you know, cumulative. You know, we're up to 1,063 and change. But what did we just profit there? 644 on RHI. So we'll just punch that in there. And it's nice having these so you can just go along and, you know, watch what you're making on a day-to-day basis. What's your average? You can see it. Set up your charts any way you want, you know. If you're not familiar with Excel, learn it. It's real simple. I mean, I can show people how to do it. Just ask, you know, it's not a big deal. But it's just an easy way. Sometimes it's just a pain in the ass to keep going into your, you know, brokerage account and trying to look it up. They got some nice sophisticated statements, and you can follow it on a day-to-day basis that way. That's where I get my dividend amounts from when they pay. But notice I'm not talking about indicators and all this other crap that's constantly going around trying to predict where the market's going. We're managing money here. Meanwhile, what's happening? We're getting paid, you know, 7.66. Scale it. You have to think small first before you can think big. If you already have $1 million, you know, you need to be talking, or you need to understand what a percentage is. Because I got so many people that ask me questions that got big money, and I'm like, look, I mean, you don't understand what you can make percentage-wise in the market. You're going to hurt yourself if you're not involved already in the market. Dow. If you can lose all your money at 10,000, you can lose it at $1 million. It's the same rules apply. You got to manage your money. So let's make sure that Dow's on our scan. There it is. Okay, so Dow. Which one is it? Got too many icons at the bottom here. All right, Dow. All right, big move down. I like that. Okay, so that's going to be on this one. So we're going to come in. We're going to trail this. What's the max shares? 26. Okay. Put that right there. And we're going to buy 3. Buy 3. And if you notice, I'm using a trailing buy here. Right? I think I can get a little bit of price improvement. But that's all a personal preference. If you want to use the limit, or where you saw that come up, if you're using our scans, you understand this. If you're new to it, there's several different ways to get in and out of the position. But I like this the most. Keeps me engaged with the market. Allow the market to do its thing. If it comes back up, I still get it at a decent price. It doesn't matter. Decent price meaning I don't care. I don't care what I actually pay for it. It's just I have a system that when I get in, you know, if you want to call this weakness in price, that's fine. Okay, so we sold GPC. Right, so we'll go over there and check that out. And it's going to be on what account? This one, GPC, right there. Right, so we go to the chart. Guess we got to get on the right chart. GPC. So we look and we say, okay, remove that Fibonacci. Right. And that's a 2%, 2.7% profit. Let me copy this, send this over to Twitter. Our followers there, see if they're matching up. Now the majority of people that are using the scans, they're actually getting out before me because I'm actually having to add a dollar to each side of the trade. So if you're getting out before me, that's why. On these accounts, I have other accounts that don't charge commissions, that we work on our larger portfolios. Excuse me. Why does that not do that sometimes? GPC. Sometimes it doesn't record it. I don't know if that's weird. Let me try that again. Oh, it's in there now. All right. All right, so that one's done for now. Let me see if that was on the scan, which I don't think it was for this week. No. So we don't have to worry about initiating another position in this until it comes back up on the scan. Maybe it's on the scan next week. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's not on the scan for years. Who knows? But we have a specific criteria we're looking for in these stocks. And when you can prove to yourself that you're not going to be taking losses, you stick with a system like that. You never change. And we all know that the markets can come down in a hurry, but we're not worried about that. Why? Because we've got plenty in these accounts, right? There's 10,000 in this account. That's half, right? So like if this goes down by half, now it's 10, you add 10, now you're back up to 20, it goes up, now it's 40. Make sense? I mean, this is real simple math. Don't get fooled into thinking that you know where the market's going. Nobody has any idea. And the more you do this type of thinking, the easier it's going to be. If you've ever tried to sell something, a lot of people are willing to take less just to get rid of it. I'm not, I'm not willing to take a loss. I'll hold on to it at this point, if something stops paying dividends, I'll be holding it. It doesn't matter. It's just like holding a growth stock. You're just hoping for it to come back up, and hope isn't a good plan, But if you don't have your life savings wrapped up in that one stock, you can spread your money out and continuously pull money from the market. The people that are making the most amount of money on the market are the ones that are pulling the dividends. Don't let anybody fool you. Warren Buffett pulls in on Coke $150 million a quarter. He's got 400 million shares. Take a look at his portfolio sometime and you'll figure out what's actually going on here. They're the ones telling you to, buy and hold, right? Because that's how they take advantage of people. Same thing going with Michael Saylor. His idea is like, well, I'm going to just keep on buying Bitcoin. He's got something like 90,000 Bitcoin. Well, what's the point? If you can't realize your gain, what's your point? You just want to be the biggest guy on the block and say, okay, well now Bitcoin's $1 million and I've got 90,000 Bitcoin. Great for you. You get what, $90 trillion worth of Bitcoin? Were you going to start your own commune or something? I don't get it. Guess you can borrow against it, but what's the point? The big numbers come into play in your mind once you understand it on the small level, but they've got everybody kind of brainwashed that you can't make any money with a small amount of money. Now, of course, if you've got a small account, 10,000, you're not going to live off the dividends, right? At least I hope somebody, I don't know what the cost of living is where most people live, but 10,000 ain't going to cut it for your retirement. Even at 10%, that's only $1,000 So if you start putting more money in and reinvesting those dividends, not through a DRIP plan, a dividend reinvestment plan, but you keep buying more stock that pays you more dividend, it's called a snowball effect, or compound interest. Use whatever term you want. As long as you're growing your account, you're doing something. Money in the bank is growing at such a slow rate. Inflation, they say there's no inflation, but there is. Most people can't see it. If you drive, wait till you see gas prices here in the next year. When those carbon taxes come into play, yeah, you'll wish you had an electric car. But they even say that we can't produce enough electricity for all the electric cars that'll be out there if everybody was to own one. So what have they got in plan? They don't think this stuff out very thoroughly. It's just all kind of knee-jerk, whatever. Nothing wrong with an electric car. I like them. Yeah, we're super flat. We're still waiting on Interactive Brokers. We had this rights offering here. We'll see what they're going to offer that to, and then we'll make up the difference to our max shares with that offer. So 11 up to 186. I'm sorry, it'll be 11 shares difference, so that's probably what we'll buy, depending on the price that they offer. If they offer it higher than my average cost, I will not buy it, because that would be detrimental. It's making my average cost go up. more you follow this stuff, the easier it'll be for you to understand. Don't get trapped in this, well, this is too hard. I've never seen anything like this before, and I like punching a button and making money. It's like, well, you can punch a button and lose money too if you don't know what you're doing. Yep. We got 2 closes today. What was that GPC worth? I didn't even write it down. $6.59. So no dividend payments today, but we have an ex-dividend today on 1 for 62 cents. Okay, I'm assuming that's just one. So we'll just update our little chart here. What was it? 644 plus 659, 1303. And there's people who look at what I'm doing and saying, how are you making it? Why are you even doing this? And they're like, well, I'm passing on knowledge. Let's put it that way. How can you make any money? So, well, you don't know how much money I have, how many portfolios I have. You have no idea. I'm showing you how to manage money. What size is this account? Yeah, there's only 20,000 in this account, but if I can make 1% a month on my money, I make 12% per year. And then go back and ask them how much money they made trading. What I hear a lot of is like, well, if you take losses, you can write it off. It's like, okay, you're thinking backwards. How about not taking any losses and pay your taxes? It's the same thing, right? You don't know what's going to happen with the tax code. The tax code right now is very beneficial. And if you have a retirement account or a Roth or something that you want to trade in, they grow tax-free. Talk to your financial advisor. They'll give you some ideas. But if you have a cash account, yeah, you're going to pay on your trades. Short-term, long-term, dividends, whatever else they can come up with to try to get money out of you. Hence, that's what the retirement accounts are good for. These are, I think I have 1 retirement account in all of these. I can't remember. I remember to put that in there. Yep. Back over here to Mosaic. Yeah. So we got a more red than green. That's not the overall market. That's just this portfolio. So we got negative numbers. That's fine. Doesn't matter to us. We're making money just sitting here watching this. If you think about this, let's go back over here to the chart and we look down here at the bottom. Okay, this is a combination of 3 accounts. There's about 120 to 130, I guess, combined, right? So you're making 39, well, 71.74 per day on average so far this month. Okay, last month it was 65.50. Right, so we're 71.74. And we'll see if that continues, right? Obviously, if the market comes down and you're not selling anything, this value is going to go down, right? But you'll still be getting something in. It's called dividends. Don't poo-poo the dividends. They're your friend. What to look at? It's just flat. CLM. Oh, didn't mean to do that. CLM. JQC. Let's look at the big ones here. There's 262 mid. Now she's getting close to getting above our average cost. And let's see what happens there. PRK. Other than that, boy, it is flat. Even on a flat day, though, we make a little bit of profit, right? Otherwise, let's do a little experiment here. We got about 5 minutes, so this will be good. Let's just say, let's go back to this other one. Let's just say that you get a total of 687. Let's just make it 680, right, for a round number. 680 multiplied by 12, so you make $8,100 on, say, 120,000. That's just dividends that you're going to get paid, right? We're not even talking about taxes. If you divide this by how many weeks? 50. Let's just go 50, right? So it's 163 a week. Divide that by 5, right? 32. No, that's $32 per day that you should be averaging. And look, this one's averaging $27.52. And we're not even talking about adding your profit from your trades. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but you start thinking about these numbers on a longer term scale. Okay, we're showing you accounts under 100,000. You start doubling up on your positions when you get over that 100,000 threshold. Now you're making twice that amount. So instead of pulling in 65.50 in a month, if the max shares were 20%, or you had 20% of your max shares, all you're doing is doubling this value, and that's for 25 days. You're making $130 on average per day. If this makes sense to you, think about it. But you have to be patient. If you're not a patient person, you're going to make mistakes, and it's going to cost you. You just have to let the market come to you. Even though everybody thinks these are all-time highs, who cares? If you listen to the news, it'll freeze you out. You won't buy anything. So therefore you can't sell anything. If the market's going down, it's going down. You're going to be buying stuff on the way down, but it's going to be a long time before I buy it. Like, let's just say this turns around today and goes all the way down to this zero. That's my next point where I'm going to buy 139. I already know what I'm going to pay for the next position in this, but I'm not buying any more until it hits down here. It can float around here for the next, and well after I'm dead, doesn't matter. Guess what's happening? As long as it's paying dividends, the account just keeps growing. Minimize your risk in the market. Do not put in a heavy percentage in any one position. What you decide to invest in is totally up to you. I'm talking what companies, whatever else. But you want to put a small percentage of whatever your portfolio is into any one of those. It doesn't make sense to, buy and hold in market conditions like this. And that's all you're hearing. You listen to them, they're like, buy. Buy and hold it. What do they call them? Hoodlers or HO, holding on for dear life. That's more into the crypto markets, but you're starting to hear it more and more in stocks. It's like, just buy it and hold it. We'll sell it to you. That's what's happening. the supply is running out to the upside. See, the supply of shares are up here, right? And then people can still keep on buying it. Well, look, I just sold to those people that are wanting to buy, right? Or institutions or whoever, you know. So I'm out. I take my profit and I move on to the next. So what have I done? That's an occurrence, right? Every one of these things is an occurrence. Okay? Occurrence, occurrence, occurrence. Sell for profit, sell for a profit. You can probably average these out and figure out that you're probably going to be in the $4 or $5 per trade. And then you can figure out, you know, on the size of your account, what happens when you go up to you get up to the 200,000 mark. You're like, or over 100,000, you're up to 20% of your portfolio amount, or 20% of your max share amount. It starts snowballing very quickly on you. Learn it with a small account first. Start with, you know, whatever you got. If you're under 25,000, I tell people, you know, stick with things like this, CES, where you get monthly payments, right? These don't move as fast, you know, as some of these other stocks, but we're not interested in that. We're interested in pulling money out of the market. Something like this. Look at how much it moves, right? So in 1 week, it's moved from 226 from 203 or 202 to 226. That's a lot of money. But when you go back to ACV, right? You've got what, 30 to 30. Let's see, at the top is here 33. 34, 29, 67 to 33 or 34. So it's not a very big range, is it? So this is why the charts fool people, because what you're actually seeing there, you're getting brainwashed into thinking that this is a meaningful thing that happened here, right? This movement of the price downward, and this over here. The whole idea is if you're buying something, you got to know when you're going to be willing to DCA it again. If you just like, hey, I've got some extra money, I'm going to DCA it here, I'm going to DCA it here, I'm going to DCA it here. It's like, what happens? Your account becomes unbalanced. Your portfolio becomes unbalanced, and this is where, you know, the powers that be try to tell you, hey, just rebalance your portfolio. I'm rebalancing before anything even happens. I don't have to rebalance. It's all in one. It's a smorgasbord. But yeah, it doesn't look like we're going to get any more movement here. It's a little after 10, so I'm going to cut it. And we'll be back this afternoon to see what happened during the day. Going to do some other accounts, more portfolio cleanup. Let's get everything in order. So have a great day. See you later.